garbage.
Welcome, everybody, to Dan Excelsior, episode 188.
Nice.
We're talking about the back half, the last three of Ironheart. I'm your host, Ricky. With me, as always, Dennis.
What's up? Let's do this. Let's talk about this show, but also other stuff too.
Do you want to talk about this, or you just want to talk about this?
Nah, obviously, I put the cart before the horse. Clearly, we will be talking about that later. It, for whatever reasons, good or bad, Disney decided to drop the entire show in the span of 2 weeks, and we have watched it all, and we are here to spoil everything. So hopefully you've watched it. If not, go check it out and then come back. Because I would say it's at least worth the watch, right? Like, it's worth the watch.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. It's one of the better things they put out recently.
Yeah.
And now I feel good about saying that.
What do you mean?
But
because you've watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But before we get into Ironheart and our thoughts, what you been up
to? Wrestling. Definitely watching wrestling.
New in the wrestling meta.
Gunther won the belt back like a week or two ago.
Isn't Money in the Bank right now? What's the next
Money in the Bank was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, then what's the next?
Two or 3 weeks ago. There was a thing they did in Saudi Arabia last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess not. No, Money in the Bank was like 4 weeks ago. Yeah. The Night of Champions was last week.
John Cena's done in September, right?
Is it September? Thing? I don't know if it's September.
He's done this year.
He's done this year. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I guess it would make the most sense if it just like went up to WrestleMania then, right?
I think it's gonna because he turned heel before WrestleMania, like about a month or two before. So my expectation is I think he's gonna be done around like November or December.
Oh, yeah. So when he comes to San Diego,
he might still be there. Yeah, I can't remember. He's given the amount of appearances that he's doing. He's numbered them.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. When does John Cena tour end? I'm just checking it out. The tour concludes at the end of December, according to a Reddit thread. So it's the whole year, basically. So yeah, we will get to see him probably if we go in. There's Survivor Series. The tickets are going on sale next week. I'm excited to go experience that with my wife. Other than that, let's see, what else have I been doing? I've been watching a movie on Netflix that I did not know that I would love, but I do. K-pop Demon Hunters. Have you seen
I've
that?
Heard of the K-pop Demon Hunters from work.
Do you know who made it?
K-pop people.
Sony Pictures, Sony Animation.
Oh.
It's very much styled like Spider-Verse. Like same frame rate kind of thing.
Is this why Spider-Verse is taking another like 6 years to come out?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was watching it. But you know what? It's really good. It's really cool.
You say you've been watching. Is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie. I didn't finish it before I jumped over here.
Well, see, now you're like, if you didn't finish it, then
I got 15 minutes left of the movie. Okay.
It's that bad that you're like, I gotta dip out.
No, I made a commitment to you. I had to come over here and do this thing. I will happily go watch the last 15 minutes afterwards. My wife is obsessed with this movie. Like she looked like she was gonna kill me when I hit stop on the movie to come over here. She was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I gotta go do this thing with Ricky. I promise we could watch the rest of it afterwards." The animation style is really cool. You should check it out. It's basically Korean singers like throughout history have used their magical voices to create a barrier that prevents demons from entering this world.
Like Sinners.
Kind of. A little bit. I think Sinners was more about like people's voices can summon the evil spirits if they're not careful, right? But magical voice, similar thing. So and so the latest incarnation of magical singers happens to be a K-pop group, and it's pretty cool. Highly recommend. I will finish watching it after this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The animation looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very.
I don't think it's Spider-Verse, so it's.
It feels very Spider-Verse when you're watching it. Like it's. It doesn't do as many crazy like changes of different styles, but it's got a lot. It's got a lot of Spider-Verse vibes to it. The other thing I've been watching is Resident Alien. Have you ever watched that show?
I've been to 2 Comic-Con panels for that show, not by choice.
Oh, I understand.
For other stuff, but it's Alan Tudyk's Alien show, so
it's Alan Tudyk's
it's an entertaining panel nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great panel.
Yeah.
Season 4 just came out.
Sci-Fi?
Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel. 2 or 3 weeks ago.
How are you watching it? Are you watching it like
Peacock? It's on Peacock.
I get aside from slight tangent real quick. Aside from like streaming and watching live events, when was the last time you like watched the show on TV? It's a sci-fi show, and I used to love the Sci-Fi Channel, but I cannot recall the last time I tuned into the Sci-Fi Channel.
Does Tubi count?
No.
Then I don't remember the last time I watched a show on TV.
That's crazy.
I have been a cord cutter for at least 11 years, maybe 12. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
How's the show even still on?
What do you mean?
Like, is it debuting day and date on
Resident Evil? Or Resident Alien?
Yeah.
I think it still airs on Sci-Fi, but then they put it on Peacock the next day.
No.
The first 3 seasons are available on Netflix. You can watch those there. And then but I found out when I saw that the 4th season was out, I was like, well, holy crap. I missed the 3rd season. So I binged all of season 3 in the last week. It was great. It's really fun.
How much time of that show is he actually the alien?
Is he actually, you mean like in the alien costume?
Yeah.
He probably about 10, 15, 20% of the time he's in the costume. It's pretty impressive how often he's in it, because you can tell it's him. Like you can still see him.
Yeah, he's down the clown.
Yeah, he's down the clown. And then in season 3, they got do you ever watch Righteous Gemstones?
Yes.
Judy. They got her to be another alien on that show too. And when I first heard her, I was like, damn, that sounds like Judy from Righteous Gemstones. And then when they finally showed her human form, I was like, oh my God.
Really done much outside of
I mean, I'm down. Like, she's funny. I love that actress. She's really cool. So, but yeah. And then like, there's some other actors on the show that are from like previous Joss Whedon stuff. So it looks like it's a haven.
Is it a Joss Whedon show?
No, it's just like a haven for ex Joss Whedon.
Yeah, the Comic-Con circuit people.
Yes. Nathan Fillion was in the first season of the show. And like Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk are like supposedly really good friends. They did that show. They did a web series, Con Men, together, right? It was about them going to conventions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot that was a COVID thing.
Was it? I think it was. Yeah. Would you say that it is possible for them to have met on a streaming show?
Wait, what?
It's okay. I was just trying to bring up stuff from backstage earlier.
You meet people in person. You become acquainted with them over Zoom.
I think you can meet people in Zoom too.
You're missing a cent, dude. Like if you,
I think it's literally called
Zoom.
I think it's literally called a Zoom meeting room. It's called the meeting room. It's what? Semantics, he says. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. What about you? What have you been nerding out on?
I started watching The Bear. So The Bear's out. What is it, season 4?
I know.
Show hits like crack, man.
You know, I never finished season 3 because
really
Lindsay couldn't handle it. She just couldn't. So I have to. I found out 4's out, and I'm like, I gotta do the same thing I did with Resident Alien. I gotta power through.
Watching Ebon in The Bear, it's like hyping me up for him. That's the thing. The voice alone.
I'm certain he'll be one of the best parts of that movie. The other being Pedro. I think those two are going to sell that movie hard. The other two actors are meh, whatever. I hope they're fun. I hope they're fun.
They're fun. Eddie Munson and I only know the person from the Fast and Furious movie with The Rock. The spinoff.
Oh, I thought she's in the Mission Impossible movies. She's in
the ones I did not see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's in like the most recent ones. Like, I don't know about the one that just came out.
She definitely was not in the last one.
But she's in the 2 before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than the... Oh, good.
No, I was going to say, I'm sure he'll be great as the Thing. And I do really want to watch that show.
Other than The Bear, we haven't seen it, but we're gonna go see Jurassic Park. What is it? Jurassic World? Rebirth. I've heard like a mixed bag on that movie. I'm still excited.
I've definitely seen some bad reviews.
I like Gareth Edwards a lot. Go watch our episode on The Creator that we did.
We did do that show, didn't we?
I think it's he did an interview recently where he kind of talks about like they shot that movie. They met last year for that movie, like in February. That's what he said.
On like
and
Zoom?
They're like in person. And then they're like, "Hey, this needs to come out the 4th of July next year." And then they're like, "That's crazy. You can't shoot a Jurassic Park movie in give or take a little over a year." And they did.
That does not instill me with confidence. Just
there's also anecdotes on like how they got they didn't think they would get like Mahershala, and then adding Mahershala definitely changes the script that they had at the time because they're like, well, shit, we gotta like.
That's not good. I don't like when they change the script after getting an actor. That's not good. That means it was a very free flowing, loose story to begin with.
You just need dinosaurs doing dinosaur stuff. It's not a hard formula.
It is, because not a single one of them has been as good as the first one.
Because the last movie, I'll give you that, but the last 2 movies they're like way left field.
I never watched.
I think Jurassic World's fine. As a kid, I loved Jurassic Park 3. I don't think I've actually ever seen the full thing of 2, though. I'll be honest.
2 is not good. It's not good. 1 is a perfect movie, and it's one of the few movies I can say is a perfect movie.
Yeah, to that step, I don't think chasing that bar is fair.
Yeah, but it would go a long way if they used more puppets.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
And I think the fear is the amount of time invested. They somehow it's now cheaper and easier to do the CG monsters.
Yeah,
like practical. It sucks. It sucks.
Um,
I love the practical, but good luck.
we
Tell me how it is when you see it.
I'll tell you how it is. We also we went to we saw your art display. We did that. That was the other part of my weekend.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Oh yeah, I nerded out on that, and I nerded out on the fair too.
Did
Yeah, no, I
you?
did my art signing. It was really cool.
Was it
Now or never comics.
profitable for you?
It was a profitable
Yeah.
experience. It was
Whoa. Was it profitable or was it a profitable experience?
what's the difference?
One sounds like you got paid in good emotion. The other sounds like you got paid.
Oh, it was both. How about that?
Okay. There you go.
No, it was cool because you know, like I aside from you and some other family showing up to support me, there was a few random, you know, meetings that I did with
Mhm.
people that have were interested in my stuff, and you know, possibly new fans of the art. But the coolest part was just like hanging out in that store for like 2 hours and getting to know Aaron and at the end of the day, you know, like Aaron, the whole point is like he's gearing up for Comic-Con and he wants to be supporting a lot of local artists in the store. So he bought like a grip of my product and he's going to sell it in his store. So it was pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a great store.
Yeah, it is a cool store. It's I learned that he somehow thrives during Comic-Con when no other comic store in San Diego does. It's actually the worst time of the year for all other comic stores in
Yeah.
San
Well, I'm
Diego.
sure its location helps.
Yeah, I kind of learned that it's more that it's that resellers don't want to pay shipping. So you know, the people who have booths at Comic-Con,
Oh, so they offload to him. Like,
they'll go
yeah.
to his store, pick up the stuff they need, and then they take it to the show and sell it for marked up. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily exclusively just like, because I was like, when he told me it's like their biggest time of the year, I was like, really? Like, why would people go here to buy comics when they can go to the actual comic book convention to buy their comics? And then he was explaining to me how that works. And
Well, I mean, I like that store. It's in a really easy, accessible spot downtown. It's also clean. I feel like you can't say that about most comic book stores. It's
that's
clean, it's
fair.
organized,
That's fair.
and I think I'll give them props for everything has a price, right? Everything is it's it sounds like low hanging fruit, but like when a mom and pop store just doesn't have the basics down, it really deters me. Like it's all the branding, all the signage is all on par. There's no like handwritten shit everywhere. It's just a good store that sells comics.
Fair enough.
And
Fair enough. Yeah.
I would argue that that's a huge part of their success because you know it's it's hard to run a store, you know, any store. But if you can do the basics right, then you can really focus on what makes you special.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the whole experience, like I did end up coming away with buying some stuff from him too, and it was cool. It was like I bought a Thundercat figure from him, and we bought Robert
Super
Kirkman's
7?
Super 7. Yeah, that's the only way you can get Thundercats right now. And then Robert Kirkman has a new book called, well, it's not that new, but Firepower. It's a new book from him, and so Lindsay picked it up and read that one. So I'll read it eventually when I have time. But yeah, no, it was a cool experience. It's my first official, you know, signing experience, and that was kind of cool to like. I honestly like I as long as I've been collecting comics and art and stuff like that, like I think I got indoctrinated into like believing that I'm supposed to get people to sign things, but like I've actually never really cared about signatures. Like it doesn't really mean anything to me. Like so it was kind of funny to be on the other end of that and be like, "Do you guys want me to sign this?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay. All right. Here's some scribble on a piece of paper." This is funny.
Ooh, actually, I wonder. No, I can't get your stuff authenticated. I can try.
Fair enough, but no, it's a cool thing. There's a lot of things moving positively for the photography I've been doing. So it's really fun to have that be another notch in the belt.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming to celebrate. I hope you had fun at the fair. What was the grossest thing you ate?
The grossest thing was, well, I'll say the worst thing I ate was a Gouda, bacon, and habanero jelly, and there's something else in there, like croissant, panini, and I think it was my fault because they put it all together, they press it, and it's like piping hot, right? And so you can't eat it. You gotta let it cool down. But I missed the window to cool down because I was getting another food item, a smash burger. And so when it was time to eat the croissant, it had already like solidified,
soaked.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this kind of
congealed. It congealed.
Mm-hmm. So I missed my window to eat that. So by default, that was the worst thing I had. But
I'm sorry.
The fair's cool. We spent. There's like a photo booth there. You've probably seen for those like old school photos we did.
Yeah, the old West photos or something like that. Yeah.
No, like
the old time ones.
Old like 90s photos.
Okay.
Like mall photos. That was like an hour-long line to do.
Wow.
They had a system down. And they're also doing tattoos there, which is crazy. I didn't expect that at the fair.
Like real tattoos?
There are people next to us.
Not like henna or
getting real ass tattoos like on a table.
Wow.
In like a sweaty, hot warehouse. And piercings.
That's the grossest thing you could do at the fair, right there. That's gross.
But I don't want to say I'm over the fair. I do go every year, but nothing has like wowed me in like the shopping area as of late. We usually just buy dips from this one family every year, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I was tempted to buy a Labubu.
That's why you gotta start doing some of their events, like their competitions or stuff like that, Like get involved. The more you
go to the
do
concerts.
I went to a concert there too.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have anyone that I want to see, but
we saw the AAS. They did not perform Heads Will Roll. I was
upset.
No.
Oh yeah, I would have asked for a refund.
That's like the song, right? Like that's.
I remember the first show we ever recorded. We had this conversation about Beyonce, and my take was like, you would be pissed if you went to a Beyonce concert and she didn't play Single Ladies.
I don't know that Single Ladies is the one, but I think the difference is like Beyonce has a lot of bangers, like a lot. I mean, I'm not dissing the AAS. Don't get me wrong. Like I know Maps. I know a lot of people love Maps. I know they also did Burning, which was used as the theme song for Echo for all 6 episodes. Great song as well. But I'm just saying the amount of times that Heads Will Roll was used last year in different media, you would think you would end with that one. And when they came out to do the encore, I was ready. I was like, let's go. And they did not play it. And then when I got in the car, I said, put the song on Spotify. And I just had to listen to it.
Did they at least sound good live?
They sounded great. Yeah. They were great. Yeah. I was just like, I can't believe you didn't do the song. I don't know. People in the comments, let me know. What is the deal breaker for you? Like, what's the band that you want to see? And what's the song that would piss you off if they didn't play it at the concert? I don't know. Is Ricky right about Single Ladies? Is that the correct Beyonce song?
I mean, there's like 5 songs she has to play every show.
5? There's 5 she has to. Okay. What are the 5?
Single Ladies.
Okay.
Crazy in Love. Halo.
Okay.
I mean, in the most recent, she had to play the Cowboy Carter song, the Texas song, right? And then she has to play the hit from the last album, the "We Gonna Buy Up Tonight." No, in her current roster, that she has to play those, and she does. She plays samples or snippets, but she does play them. You get the vibe.
Why was there nothing from Lemonade there? Is it not appropriate to play songs from Lemonade now?
That was a little weird now.
I mean, Diddy basically got off, right? So like all of Hollywood doesn't have to worry as much.
He did not get off. He's like,
he basically got, he only got 2 counts of prostitution, man.
Yeah, that's up to 20 years.
You think that guy's gonna do 20 years with Trump in office?
I'm just saying. Let the cards play out.
All right, fine. I'm just saying, you heard it here on July 3rd. I predicted that guy's doing no time. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Should we jump into some news?
Yeah, because I made it.
Why'd you drop me a chat about a roach?
Oh, well, I don't want to say right now, but like you were describing the conditions of a store that you love.
Oh.
And I was responding to that.
Oh. Well,
but now you made it weird. Now you took the private chat and you made it a public chat.
That could have been an offline discussion.
I was trying to make it one, and then you made it.
I saw the context. I see. Okay. I mean, we didn't aim a store. But.
That's correct. Not in the last 5 minutes. We didn't.
Oh my gosh, we are 20 days, 20 whole ass days from a Comic-Con.
We are.
There's no news with that. That is news in and of itself.
Oh really, dude? Oh, okay. I got one. I just want to throw it out there. I don't have a picture for you or anything like that. Are you familiar with Jada Toys?
Yes.
And they are the current license holders of the Street Fighter toys. I don't think they are the only license holders. I think
the flaming people look really cool.
Yeah, the flaming people look cool. Did you see their Comic-Con exclusive?
The dolls, right?
No, it's a Player 2 M Bison. And
it comes yeah.
And it comes
he's in the green suit, right?
The blue, and I think it's like green.
But he comes the flame guy.
The blue he comes with the blue flame guy. Yeah. I think that is just the best way to do Comic-Con exclusives, man, because it's the Player 2. You know what I mean? It's a different color scheme. Like, it's fine. Like, if you're not into getting into the weeds of Street Fighter, you don't have to get it. You know what I mean? Like, conversely, like what Hasbro's doing this year is like, well, I have to get those, and then everybody's upset that they can't go to Comic-Con and get those. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that they at least sell them online too.
Yeah, it's online now. It's not as back in my day. You had to go to a Comic-Con.
Oh, I know, for sure. The original Shauna the She-Devil was a Comic-Con exclusive, exclusive, like only. That was the only way to get her. So, but yeah, I'm just saying, Jada Toys. I have my eye on you right now. You're doing some cool stuff. I've been eyeballing those Street Fighters. They're pretty great.
I've been creeping some of the. I got my list going of what I want. Some pins. I actually, it's funny. I redid my pin lanyard. So I've worn the same pin lanyard for all of my Comic-Cons except for one. And I don't think I've ever taken off the pins. I've only added to it.
That sounds
heavy.
So
it is heavy. So I took off all the pins. I washed this lanyard.
And it's a different color.
It's now a different color. And then I put locking pin backs, but as I was going through my pins, I was like, man, I got some gold here.
What are locking pin backs?
So it's a pin back that you put on, and it has like a little grub screw that you tighten with an Allen wrench. So it applies pressure on the stem. So like you can't take it off without the tool.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're really good for like if you're putting on a bag, let's say, then it's just not going to come off.
Yeah. That's why I stopped doing what you're talking about, because I got worried about the pin backs coming off.
I'll bring you some. That way you can rock your pins again.
I have a whole board. I have a cork board that I put all my pins on now from Comic-Con. Yeah. At some point on the show, we should share all our weird Comic-Con traditions like that, because it's a lot.
I would love to share like my. I made a bag for Comic-Con. The bag I had last year, I had that made for Comic-Con, and it has very specific items in it that, through my years, have enhanced my Comic-Con experience. And I would love to share it, because it's like I'm very proud of this bag.
I think next week you got to show the bag.
Okay, tune in next week for the bag talk, and
we're gonna add Superman. Show and tell. We're adding show and tell to the show.
Superman.
No, we're gonna do Superman, but you can show off the bag. I want to see. I want to see your bag.
The only thing I'm buying so far is NECA has these like little kid figures, trick-or-treating kids.
Okay.
And one of them has like a little tiki costume. That one's pretty cool. And I do like the surfing turtles. Like, kind of, I don't know where I'm going to put them, but Anywho.
NECA's all kinds of stuff. You never know where you're going to put it.
The big news, the news of the week. We got our first trailer for Eyes of Wakanda. The Ryan produced Wakandan 4-episode anthology series.
It's going to be Ryan Coogler's.
They made you watch it.
Ryan Coogler's second TV show that he's produced, right? I think this is
after Ironheart.
Yeah. I was intrigued. What I saw, I was like, okay, I think you're going to be better than What If.
Do you know the premise of this show?
Not quite.
So I think that's why I'm intrigued. It's a 4-episode show set in different periods of Wakanda.
I figured it was different periods, yeah.
Each about Wakandan war dogs and soldiers going out and retrieving stolen bits of Wakanda. Stolen bits of vibranium.
Okay.
And there's apparently an overarching theme or story. Would you be pissed if a Black Panther does not show up in this damn show? This MCU canon show.
No, I don't need it. But I'm also the guy that prefers to not have Jedis in his Star Wars story. So, take what I say with a grain of salt. Like, I think that I just prefer, like, I am curious how the rest of Wakanda exists in a world where Black Panther gets all the gifts. You know what I mean? Like, he rules them, and he has the heart-shaped herb, which no one else is allowed to use. He's got a vibranium suit. You know what I mean? Nobody else is rocking those. Like, yeah, I kind of want to know what the rest of everybody else is doing to like get by. But I get your point. You want to see like any other Black Panther from any period in time just show up for like a second. I'm just not going to be pissed if it doesn't happen.
No,
but I know you are.
I will be. I'll be pissed for you. The only other little bit of news that came out, they released the first couple pages of the Marvel swimsuit issue, the upcoming swimsuit issue that we talked about.
Okay.
I can kind of spoil it for you if you want me to spoil it for you.
Go for it. Spoilers.
So the cover is obviously Marvel heroes in swimsuit attire, but the comic is basically about how Roxxon is using AI-generated images of superheroes in swimsuits and using it to promote their product. So it's a little meta and self-referential on the perviness of it all.
But the pictures themselves are not AI generated.
the way the phrasing, the initial pictures of the covers are, or in universe they are AI generated.
In universe, that's fine, but in reality, they're
in
not.
real life they're not. But
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
They're gonna shoot their own images.
If they want to have a story in their swimsuit issue, more power to them, because the old ones were just about gooning.
They weren't about the plot.
There was no plot. Yes, there was no plot. It was like any Jurassic World or Fast and Furious movie. No plot. Thanks.
Oh, God, did you see the I'll say, did you see Dominic Toretto? Did you see Vin Diesel come out and say like Fast 9's gonna have Brian back in it?
Yes. Yeah. I saw it. He's can I body shame Vin Diesel? Am I allowed to do that?
I think you can. You can body shame a 50-something-year-old man. Go for it.
I don't think he looks in prime tip-top condition for a Fast and Furious movie.
He's not shooting, baby. You gotta pay the money to see the gun.
Yeah. I know. That's fine. I'm just throwing it out there. I was like, I hope he's not shooting on the same timetable that Jurassic World Rebirth was, because he's got to hit the gym a little bit. All right. Yeah. I couldn't care less about those movies. So if they want to, step all over the grave of Paul Walker and use an AI to bring him back
it's a choice, because Paul Walker, the person, had very questionable relations before his death.
Very, very questionable relations with what?
His daughter's friend.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see. Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. A little gross both on both ends. But you know what wasn't gross?
No, I feel like we've gone into so many deep ends in this episode. It's pretty crazy. Bail us out. What's not gross?
Ironheart.
Thank Jeebus. I think we should have gotten here a lot sooner, because
impossible pivot.
That was an impossible pivot. We're talking about the last 3 episodes of Ironheart. As a reminder, the first 3 were last week, and they kind of ended with Riri really screwing some people over, like in order to retrieve a piece of the hood so that she could understand what its power was. In the process, she accidentally left behind some technology owned by Zeke Stain, her secret benefactor, her friend, who would prefer to remain that way in the shadows. So yeah, the final 3 episodes started off with a real bang, because Riri also ended up technically killing cousin John, right? Like, technically you could argue that Natalie killed him more than Riri did. I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag, right? They basically left him for dead.
She killed him. I think she killed him.
Yeah. I think she did, right? Like, I think one of them killed him. I mean, it's hard to say who was fully in control, because the suit was automated, you know what I mean? So like, the suit came in and grabbed Riri, who was also deprived of oxygen too. It grabbed her and then flew her out of there. So
private property killed somebody.
Yeah, Riri's private property killed somebody for sure. Did the gun kill the person, or did the person kill the person? You know what I mean? So yeah, this and then we learned at the very end of that cliffhanger that the magical force behind the hood was able to show Parker what happened in cousin John's final moments. So the first episode of the new of the second week started with Parker being very suspicious of Riri, but like just throwing some looks over there, but pretending to be like, business as usual kind of thing. They're moving on from the death, and yeah, really quickly that devolves into, hey guys, everybody go kill Riri. Like that's what it turns into, right? And also, I got a new tech guy, and the second she finds out she's got a new tech guy, that's when the paranoia kicked in, right? Because like we know what happened the last time he replaced the tech guy, right? R.I.P. Eric Andre. So yeah, he got replaced, and that meant he got killed. So Riri hears the same words, like, "Hey, yeah, did you hear? She's Parker's bringing in a new tech guy," and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." It ends up being Zeke Stain. He's brought back into the mix, even though he just ended up in prison shortly, at the beginning of that episode. So yeah, there's a lot of dramatic things going on here. I think remind me of the order of things. Did they try to kill Riri first before she took the magic piece to the magic shop?
No, the magic shop stuff was episode 4. They tried to kill her in episode 5.
Was that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah, and then it's not until episode 6 we're skipping ahead really fast here. It's not until episode 6 that they finally introduce a character that has been driving a lot of the events of this show. At the beginning of the 6th episode, we meet Sacha Baron Cohen's character, and he is eventually revealed at the end of the episode when he comes back full circle. He is the devil that gave the Hood his special powers. And it only cost him something he'll never really miss. When Riri finally defeats Parker, she goes downstairs, and there he is again. And he's got a new offer for her. And it is finally revealed, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a Mephisto in this MCU. How was that for you, Ricky?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful because this show, specifically that ending.
Oh yeah, she makes the deal with the devil.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
That the last 15 minutes of this show are excellent. Not even from like the story point of view, but just from what the proposition of these MCU shows, what they were gonna, they're in the universe, right? Stuff that happened in the shows is gonna affect the movies and vice versa. And they really haven't. It's kind of been hit or miss on how integrated they actually are. And to that point, like
Thunderbolts definitely continued, and Captain America 4. I think the movies from this year are definitely continuations of the shows.
But what's the question that we had at Daredevil Born Again, right? My biggest gripe with that show is at the end where it's like there's this whole thing of like we got to get more people, and they go get more people, and it's a bunch of random ass cops, like random, like cool in a Netflix Daredevil show that flies. In a MCU Daredevil show, I don't think that passes. And for this show to like go there with bringing in a named foe or name enemy, let alone bring in Mephisto, and have it working so perfectly, what more can I ask for?
Well, also, I mean, the ending is dark. That is the darkest ending that we have ever gotten in an MCU story that wasn't named Infinity War, right?
Like while that scene was playing out and she's like listening to the terms and kind of judging it, I'm like, oh, she's obviously not going to make this deal, right? But it like literally in my mind, I'm like, it would be pretty interesting if she does so. And then as it progresses, I'm like, oh shit, he's doing it. And I think that's so cool. Is it a little left field? 100%.
I wouldn't say it's 100% though, because if you think about like the entire show, everything she has done has been like a rushed decision to circumvent dealing with the harsh realities of life, right? Like her mom has been trying to convince Riri to deal and process the death of her friend and stepdad that happened years ago, because she still won't do it, right? So like I think the implication is every decision Riri's made since we've been watching the show, or even since before the show, has been from a place of avoidance, right? Or trying to cheat the process, right? Cheat the system, the way things are supposed to be done. And so in this last moment when Mephisto asks her what she really wants, and we are given flashbacks of her with Natalie again, I don't think it's 100% left field. And I think that was the kind of the coolest part about the show, is when she did it, I was like, I'm not even mad at you, because I think I get it. I see it. And I think the other thing about it is, right, this girl has got an ego. She's had an ego since day one, right? She believes if you give her the resources, she can be better than Iron Man. So if she knows she's that smart, I think she's got a big enough ego to believe that she can outsmart the devil.
Yeah. I would like to wherever this goes needs to have some kind of like comeuppance for Riri, right? Of like,
oh yeah,
your tech. I kind of almost don't want her to solve this problem on her own.
She can't solve this problem on her
own. And I'm okay with that. Like I feel like you can get, you don't have to turn like to a Mary Sue situation, but it's per her character. Like she's not a magic person, right? Like this is not her deal. I mean, but she's gonna try to force tech. She's gonna try to tech her way out of this, and like you're dealing with the literal devil. Which, by the way, they, I'll knock it some points for. This is the third time Mephisto is white guy in a suit, but you get the little glimmer, the little reflection in the spoon.
What do you mean the third time he's white guy in a suit?
The past two Ghost Riders, Mephisto has just been a white guy in a suit.
Oh, gotcha. I got what you're saying. I see. I forgot about the Ghost Riders. Okay. I thought you were referring to like Agatha or something. I was like, I don't know. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but the spoon reflection is everything, right? Yes. The spoon reflection makes it all good, right?
The spoon reflection, like, you guys better shut up about this from now on. Like, it's Mephisto. It's that Mephisto.
I had to rewind it for Lindsay because she didn't see it. She missed it, and I had to rewind it, and then she saw it, and she's like, "Oh, it's Mephisto." She actually didn't know. She was quite surprised until she saw the spoon. So
I like how Riri even's like, "Who's Mephisto?"
Yeah, am I supposed to know who that is? Like, yeah, no, it's cool.
And then I'm down to clown with Sacha Baron Cohen too. Like
he was excellent.
He's great.
He stole that show. He stole that episode.
He's the appropriate caliber of actor to get, to either come down to TV or to go up to movies.
The accent flex was pretty impressive too. Like, he just threw out a bunch of different accents in that whole episode. I only was a little disappointed that they waited till the last episode to reveal him. I would have preferred, like, it doesn't even matter that we know whether or not he's Mephisto. I would have preferred we met him like the episode before. You know what I mean? Just saw the deal with Parker, like, and then confirm that he's Mephisto at the end of the last episode. Like, I don't know. It just feels kind of like it feels like improperly paced the way they did it this way. You know what I mean? Like
It's a weird. The first or episode 4 and 5 are weird
because
in
then
terms
they
of
throw us
pacing.
off with another misdirect, and they're like, it could be Dormammu, and I was like, get the
Yeah,
hell out of here with this stuff. Like, why are we talking about Dormammu? This is dumb. Like,
I didn't mind that too much. Because they did kind of like did the homework of like, yeah, this is Caecilius, and then Caecilius does this, and he looks like this. I didn't mind, but yes, I was a little bummed when they first said Dormammu. I'm like, oh, they're gonna. Are you not gonna do it? Are you not gonna do the thing?
I was like, there's no way they got Benedict Cumberbatch to come back and do this for this show. Like, it just didn't feel. It didn't feel like it was a Benedict Cumberbatch situation. So, but I was very happy. I think Sacha Baron Cohen he knew what he was doing when he delivered the Faustian deal every time. Like it just felt like there was weight to it, like when he's doing it, but it also felt like I felt the charm. I felt like I genuinely do feel like Riri like felt like she felt like Stacks in Sinners, right? Where she totally was like, oh, you think you know me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I was so happy that this did not play out the same way. Like this played like I felt like there was a nice parallel between this and Sinners, where like Sinners ends with them beating the vampires, right? Like, but like, I mean, there's a cost for sure. There is a massive cost, but like in this story, I couldn't have been more pleased to see Riri not come out the winner. In fact, she ends up becoming her own villain. She is the villain of her own story. You know what I mean? Like her her need to prove herself to everyone else, her need to just be better than everyone else. Like all the things that all the grossest people on the internet have been complaining about Riri. I mean, like, if you would have just been patient, like there was a point to them all. You know what I mean? Like there was a point to her being obnoxiously arrogant. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
she's her character build up and the Riri that we get at the end of the show, like, okay, it really sets her up for like a very interesting next outing. Like, I would be fine with the Ironheart season 2.
yeah,
I don't need to see her play with the Avengers. I don't kind of want her.
yeah.
I mean, she's probably gonna have to if she's dealing with Mephisto at some point.
The only thing that kind of bums me out about this outcome, right, is I kind of felt like this was MCU letting us do a do-over on No Way Home, but with a character that less people care about. Do you know what I mean? Because that Devil's deal was supposed to be Spider-Man's deal.
Yeah, it is a Spider-Man deal. That's perfectly valid. I can't knock that criticism.
Because it feels safe. It feels safer, right? Like if bad things happen to Riri, well, half of America hates her anyways. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of more. I'm being generous. It's probably more than half of America.
I mean, to not be on the nose, but if that's a deal with the devil that we have to make to get the devil in these
get the devil in the show, then yeah, I see what you did there, Ricky. And yeah, I ultimately I think that's the conceit that I decided on. Is it's like, look, like the internet, like for as much as the internet is hating on this show, which is totally just not valid, like this show is wonderful. It is a really fun show.
Well, it's a solid Ironheart show, but it's a solid chapter in the MCU. Right?
It's also a cool like extension of the Iron Man universe too. You know what I mean? Like it's I love this show. It's great. But if this is the show that has to have the hero make the deal with the devil, because that's the thing. somebody's got to do it. It has to be somebody, like that's supposed to be a force for good that makes a decision that they believe is in the best interests of everyone.
I mean, I would argue that Riri is not a hero in this show.
Right. She's just the protagonist.
She doesn't do anything heroic. Every one of her actions is some type of act of like self-preservation between her and her family. She's not saving people she doesn't know.
Right. Exactly. So 100%. So that's why, that's the only reason I questioned your statement when you said it was 100% out of left field, because I think you've already done the homework and deep down that everything she did at the end of the show was kind of in character, right? It kind of was. Yeah. And that's why you're not sitting here raging about it too, right? You're like,
I'm not. I had a great time with the show.
Yeah.
We always talk about like, are we happy with the Riri that we get at the end of this, right? And so she's ready to play with the other toys again, and I am. I mean, shit. My only real gripe when the ending came on, I'm like, oh man, the suit's not pink. That was it. And but
again, like the suits, I don't know that we're at final form of Ironheart either.
True,
right?
That's fair. We can get a pink suit eventually. I think the story of the suit being derived from the car, cool. That's why it's the colors of the car.
Yeah.
But shit, Riri she had the hair at the end.
She did have the hair. I was kind of surprised.
We're ready to rock.
That's why I felt like, okay, I think we're gradually getting to the Riri that we're supposed to get to. And if she has to go through some dark stuff to get there. But yeah, I think the biggest question I had coming out of this is, when and where will we get more Ironheart?
I think at the latest of Black Panther 3. But Mephisto's pretty tied with Doom, right?
Mephisto
with his mom.
Mephisto made a deal with Dr. Doom's mom. Yes.
So,
my question for him is like, so where were you when Thanos showed up? Like, because he's actually a big part of the Infinity Gauntlet story too. But maybe he's been there the whole time.
But Mephisto's not a cosmic being, right? Or is he? Like he deals with everybody, not just Earth.
I mean, yeah, that Mephisto mostly plays on Earth, but he is from another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So he's technically an alien, right? Like he's an alien in the way that Dormammu is an alien. So I mean,
I think we get an Ironheart in Secret Wars. For sure.
Okay. Does she come with the baggage though? That's the test, right?
I don't think it's resolved. I think she's there. Okay. Whether you see her face, she's going to be like Spider-Man, right? Like Spider-Man is going to be in Secret Wars and Doomsday. I have no doubts about that, even though it's not official yet. Will we see Tom Holland? I don't know, but Spider-Man's going to be in those movies.
Fair enough.
And I feel similar about Ironheart.
But yeah, I think more than any MCU show that has ended, this one ended with me wanting so much more.
You want more, right?
I want to know where this goes.
More. Who was the candy shop owner?
I couldn't tell you. But you know what I did appreciate? I appreciated that they were showing us that Doctor Strange doesn't have like the ownership on magic, right? This magic's happening all over the world in different ways. Like I appreciated that.
Chilling with Clea right now.
Yeah, exactly. But like I like showing that there are cultural like different groups that are practicing magic, which is important because eventually we might get a Brother Voodoo or we might get other characters that
They
do
kind of set
magic.
up a Strange Academy situation.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. We could get a Nico Minoru, you know what I mean? Like we could get. I mean, we've already gotten one in the cartoon, the friendly neighbor, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But yeah, that's the point. Is like we have. Let's expand the magical world. Like, do I care about the characters that were in that candy shop? No, but I appreciate what they did to the
Well, I
lore.
didn't care too much the tease for Parker. I will say his final form near perfect.
It was
just
great.
he had black pants instead of khakis, but he had the white shirt.
When the face started turning into a
Face started
monster,
turning, like
I was like, yes,
that's the Hood. He's just an angry guy in a hood in a white shirt and khakis.
Yeah, Anthony Ramos, I swear to God, I have not been a fan of him in most of the things he's done. I've not disliked him, but I've just been like, meh. This is my favorite thing I've ever seen him in. Like he was excellent.
I don't care for that character though without the Hood. So
That's fair.
You need to give him another magical MacGuffin.
No, but you're not supposed to like him without the Hood. Like that's fine. That's fine. Like,
yeah, but like, if he gets the Hood back, like what you know what I mean? Like what's?
Yeah, no, I feel you, but I do appreciate the arc that he went on through this show. I thought it was a really cool.
He's still like rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
he's super his ass kicked. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't lose anything.
No, he didn't. He didn't lose anything except he lost his Hood, which is clearly the thing he values the most.
I mean, that's a win in certain lights, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. He didn't have all the. Oh no, he still had all the tendrils on his face at the end. Yeah, he was kind of. He was doing his hair to make it look like it was blending in with his hair, but yeah.
So,
but I loved Anthony Ramos in this. I loved all his cast of characters, his crew that he put together. I loved when Shea Coulee got flipped off by Riri.
Funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious. No, everybody in the show was great, but I do feel that Sacha Baron Cohen showed up and stole the whole damn show. Like he was so damn entertaining.
Stuff like that just needs to happen in these shows. Like Wonder Man surprised me with something else. Like
it'll be Sacha Baron Cohen showing up again.
Sure, F it. Vision shows up in Wonder Man. I'm sold. But this only works when the toys play together. So you gotta have.
I get you.
You gotta have more.
I understand what you want.
You need the Build-A-Fig wave, right? This one we got Riri, we got the Hood, Blood Sisters,
Blood Siblings.
Siblings.
I learned one of them was a he.
Blood Siblings and Mephisto. There you go. Oh, and Ezekiel Stan. Yeah.
What was that? Ezekiel Stan. Yeah, Ezekiel Stan. I did love Alden Ehrenreich, by the way, in this show. I really loved the way he even said, hey, look, you go take care of that. Just know you and we're not done. I like that. I love the way this show gave us threads to pull on later. But like if people hate it, maybe we don't see where some of these threads go anytime soon. But my hope is that Disney looks past all the hate and just continues.
Not dream scenario, but like whenever, if and when an Iron Wars comes out, right? Eventually.
Yeah.
Because Justin Hammer, he needs a new tech guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's already this crazy tech guy out there.
I think that's my biggest problem with the MCU at this point now, is it's gotten so big that like they can afford to give something for everybody, right? Everybody's like, you don't have to like all the flavors. It's Baskin Robbins, right? But my problem is now we have so many flavors that when's the next time we'll see that flavor again? Like I worry about the gaps in time that are going to have to take place now because of how huge the roster is. You know what I mean? But maybe the Russo brothers will take me up on my challenge and they'll answer all of these. They'll bring them all in, and who knows? But I want to see Riri's story like so much more now than I ever did before. And so good job, Ryan Coogler. I will never doubt you, sir. Like I just won't. Like I can't doubt Ryan Coogler. He has never let me down in his entire career. I'm ride or die for this guy now, man. It's so good.
My last bit and piece, and we talked about last week, where they like, where are the Wakandans in all this? And the bit she has with Natalie on why she can't call she can't call Shuri.
Yeah.
Yep. That was it.
It did the job, right? It just answered the question that everybody was asking. And so I was fine with it. I knew you were going to be fine with that, because that's all you want, is to acknowledge the larger world, right? Like it doesn't have to, you don't always have to bring the toys.
There's very creative ways that you can do to just, to the, I don't want to knock Daredevil again, but like, I don't think that show does a good job of like existing in the MCU. It's kind of doing its own thing for now.
That's fair. Like hindsight, I more appreciate your criticism of it, considering the ways that Riri dealt with things.
Mm-hmm. You know, but hey, brighter days are upon us. Who's in Spider-Man 4?
The Punisher and probably Daredevil.
Probably a Daredevil. So
yeah, hopefully maybe Riri too.
Yeah.
I just kind of want Riri in everything now, because like she's got the devil on her side, and that's crazy. Like I'm pretty stoked to see where that goes.
Do we how much longer till we get a proper Mephisto Legends?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I promise you, the night I finished watching that episode, I hopped on Fortnite and I put on my Mephisto costume. I was very proud and happy to rock that costume for one night that night. A thumbs up to this show, man. It was fantastic. Like I said, this is the best thing since Agatha, and I stand by it. I love this more than Thunderbolts. I loved it more than Captain America 4. I love it more than, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This was an excellent show. I'm so happy for the way things are. They're getting creative and in daring ways. You know what I mean? Like that's a bold move to make one of their characters, make a Faustian deal. So I'm just happy. I'm very happy right now. So that's all I got to say about this.
You're happy. Yeah. The high will continue next week, ladies and gentlemen, when we fly high
when we talk about Ricky's bag. Oh yeah, Superman. That's right.
And my bag. Yeah, we're talking about the bag, and then we're going to talk about the man that's super. On when are we doing that show? Friday?
I think we're doing it Friday. Yeah, because I'm watching it Thursday night.
Yeah, so I'll be sure to spoil it for you when I watch it on Tuesday.
Do not spoil it. By the way, I appreciate when you texted and said they did the thing. I was pretty sure I already knew what you meant by that, but I was about 30 minutes.
We talked about the spoiler chat. You got to mute that channel.
Oh, that's fair. It's not muted. So
you got to put those curtains on.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm stoked for next week as well. I'm so happy. It's gonna be awesome. So let's go. Let's go into the summer on a high, starting with Ironheart. That's good.
Will we believe a man can fly? You can find that out next week. But until then, true believers,
go watch Ironheart.
Go watch